Hello, welcome to this video on educational tips and troubleshooting. So these are things that we've learnt over the time that we've been using Zoom for a delivery perspective. If you're coming to this video having seen our others we've created, then I hope that they've been helpful for you. If you're visiting this video having not seen any of the others, then if there's anything I mention within this, pop and check those out and see if they're useful for you. So let me go down to our share bar here and let's load PowerPoint. Educational tips then first. Our first one is to have two devices. What we mean by this is deliver from one laptop and then have a secondary laptop or a tablet or a phone open with Zoom, having shared the link with yourself. This will mean that you have one device which you're presenting from, and that second device you can see what learners can see. That will mean that any problems that happen, such as screen sharing or otherwise, you will spot them ahead of your learners sending you a message and letting you know. Second, mute your attendees. So find the box, mute attendees upon entry. This will stop any latecomers arriving, opening up their mic and any background sound coming through, therefore stuttering your delivery and the experience of your learners. Think about where you are within your house. There's nothing worse than having a dog walking around or children in the background. Now, under current circumstances, I know that that's quite difficult, but utilise that virtual background, and if it is, you can pop to a quieter room that's maybe not the cleanest of rooms in your house. Use that virtual background and try and make the experience delivery wise as good as possible, limiting that background sound. Have two people. So if this is possible, particularly from an internal delivery perspective where there is the number of staff there, if you can do so, have two people on that delivery. Have one who is talking and sharing screens, have another who is checking that chat box and answering any questions or flagging them for later on. At the start of your workshop, when you've loaded Zoom and your attendees have arrived, introduce Zoom. As well as introducing that usual workshop that you're about to deliver, also talk about Zoom, explain some of the features and also what you'll be using. Reduce the sessions. Now there's a question mark here because you may or may not have the capacity to do this, but if you're taking a 3-hour face-to-face delivery session, you may well be able to condense that down online because of the volume of questions and interactivity. Of course you want to try and make it as interactive as possible, but 3 hours online can be quite tiresome on the brain over 3 hours face to face. Build in breaks. There will probably be already breaks built in if you're taking something that's otherwise delivered face to face, but you may need to have a few additionals. Otherwise, learners will maybe leave the room and pop off to do something without you knowing that they've actually done so. So build in enough breaks to accommodate that. Troubleshooting then. The first one we've came across regularly is screen sharing. And if you have two devices, this will certainly help, but there's nothing worse than you talking about what's on your screen and learners not being able to see that. If you're sharing your program and you move to another program, you'll need to make sure that you then go back in and share that program. If you're sharing your desktop, then that will share everything, but within its own right, that can also create you with a problem that I'll talk about in just a moment. The next one then is learners unable to hear you. This might be really simple that you have just forgotten to unmute yourself. It might be that you're playing a video and that's not playing because the video is on your computer and you haven't enabled that share computer sound. So just a couple of things to be mindful of there. The next one, learners can't talk. When learners arrive into Zoom, it will ask them to enable the sound of their desktop. If they don't click that, you'll find that your participants will only have, as you can see here with Mickey, a little webcam and not a microphone. Finally then, you've got programs being open in the background. If you're sharing your full desktop, be mindful of what you've got open in the background, such as emails. I do hope then that this has been useful for you. If there's anything else you need from us, please do let us know. Thank you.